Webheads, comic book fans, this is my top 10 most anticipated comics for October 19th, 2022. Guys, I'm Mike Spider Slayer, and this is Comic Book Corner 2.0. It's never too early to start that pull list for next week, and hopefully this list helps you make decisions on what comic books to buy. But before we jump into it, guys, I gotta give a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, the nightlibrary.net. So there's nothing wrong with reading free comic books, so why don't you check out the Night Library? Here at the Night Library, you can find free comics, free manga, free graphic novels, and more. Some books already in the archives: Red Hunt, a gritty action-packed story of violence, monsters, and the blood-crazed hunters who seek them out. Some men hunt the monsters, others they become them. Also available, Song of Stone and Warlock. New content is always in the works, and make sure you sign up for the Night Library newsletter for up-to-the-minute updates on latest projects, sweepstakes, and new releases. So not only is the Night Library providing you free comic books, but if you enter your email and join their mailing list, they will send you a free gift. It's a win-win, no risk for you. So check out the nightlibrary.net. I'll leave it in the description box below. Okay guys, so let's kick this whole thing off with the hot seat. And the book that's on the hot seat is Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man issue 1. That's right, guys. This is a dark tale that has to do with your favorite webhead. Is it reality? Is it dream? Is it magic? Is it not? You know, Peter Parker's traveling to Los Angeles in this book, and it looks like he's going to come across mutants as well. I don't know. We're going to see. Do we need another Spider-Man book that has to deal with an evil Spider-Man or whatnot? I'm not sure. I'm on the fence about this one, honestly, but I'm definitely going to give it a try. 36 pages. $5. All right, here's the book that's on the rise. To get yourselves in the spirit of Halloween, we have Crypt of Shadows, issue 1. This is done by Marvel Comics, especially being that Man-Thing is all the craze right now after watching Werewolf by Night. That book, or that TV show, was absolutely awesome. It was so different. I loved it, man. So this book kind of follows in the same suit as you just get different adventures of some of your, favorite Marvel heroes in here. You got monsters, vampires, werewolves, all kinds of other stuff. And I'm looking forward to it, man. Based off of what's on the cover here, this could be a really great book to get you in the mood for Halloween. I mean, it's got Elsa Bloodstone. Dude, check it out. Crypt of Shadows issue 1 is 52 pages, $6. So let's dive into number 10, and number 10 is Flashpoint Beyond, issue 6 of 6. The last issue of this was just like, it just like blew up my brain inside my skull. Like, it was just like, oh my God, what the hell just happened, right? Up until that point, though, I really enjoyed the series. So hopefully it's just like whatever was going on in there kind of settles down and it ends this whole Flashpoint thing. The best thing that I liked out of this whole series, though, was like Cobblepot taking care of Two-Face's mom's kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that was awesome. And the kid's like learning how to do bombs and shoot guns and stuff like that. Like, I got such a kick out of that. I don't know if we're going to see that anymore, but I have a feeling that reality is not going to be the same. Things are always going to change because of Dark Crisis and all that crap. So 32 pages, $4. All right, coming in at number 9, we have XMen issue 16. This has to do with the Vault, where we get those futuristic kids that are like, they're like, I guess, evolved past the mutants, right? And they age much more quickly than they do the mutants. So they kept on getting stronger while they're in this vault. And Forge has gone in this vault to try to stop these people. Pretty interesting last story. Had a lot of action in it. I like Forge as a character. Love seeing how his brain works. So I'm interested to see, this next part to this story. And the last 2 issues of X-Men have been great. So it hasn't really tied into Judgment Day all that much, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So 28 pages, $4. Coming in at number 8, this goes to Thor, issue 28. Venom of Asgard Part 2, Thor vs. Venom Round 2. So really, these guys are kind of teaming up with each other. The last issue wasn't all that great. I was just like, oh, here we go. Well, it's just Donny Cates saying, oh, I can write Venom and Thor together to do an adventure in my Thor book. I didn't get very much out of it. I don't think it really helps the overall story of what's been going on with Thor. So I think it's fun, but I want the story to amp up again how it was when, we started with Donald Blake. And there was hints of Donald Blake in the last issue. We did get to see that a little bit. I don't know if he's going to come back or what's going to be the future of Thor after we got done with the Thor Banner War stuff, but we'll see. This has been the problem when it comes to Donny Cates books. Like, I love them while they're going on, but it got interrupted by Thor Banner War, and I felt like it took away all the momentum from those books. So hopefully it can pick back up after this Venom little 2-issue arc here. We'll see. Legacy numbering 754, 28 pages. The cover price on this bad boy is $4. Coming in at number 7, we have the Silver Coin issue 15. So we're going to have a firefighter that's come across the coin way back in 1978, and he's had it for a very long time. So how is this even possible? Because we've seen all these other stories with people that have possession of the silver coin, and things go horribly wrong for them quite quickly, like within a day. Some may be a little bit longer. So I want to see why this firefighter has possession of this coin for so long and his story. The Silver Coin's always a great read. Definitely, if you love horror, this is what it's for. And again, these are books that get you in the mood of Halloween, right? So 28 pages, $4. Next, coming in at number 6, we have Carnage issue 7. This is Carnage in Hell. This is part 2. So, with violence and glory on its mind, the Carnage symbiote continues to carve a bloody path through the underworld with a singular goal of reaching Malekith the Accursed. But when does Carnage want with the disgraced Lord of Dark Elves, and what does it have to do with Venom and Eddie Brock? So this is the first mention of Eddie Brock in this series, and we've been slowly getting to see Carnage power up in this book. He's taken Hydro Man, he's used the Spot's power so he can travel to this realm where Malekith is, and now he has now Malekith has come free, and now it looks like he's obviously chasing after him. So really interesting book. I think it's had its kind of highs in the very beginning, then it kind of got into this a little bit of a lull, and now it's starting to pick back up again. This is the one book from Ram V that I'm actually really enjoying right now, and I feel like he's writing this better than the Venom book itself. So we'll see. 28 pages, $4. Hitting that top 5, we have Nightwing issue 97. After all these issues, guys, we're finally beginning a new story arc when it comes to Nightwing. Tom Taylor writes this book. Simply says, Batgirl gives Nightwing her answer, and they have a long talk with each other about what that means. So, Nightwing did not want to have a relationship with Babs because he feels like he's going to put her in danger. It's that typical, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife trope, right? But Barbara does want to be with him. She's like, screw that. We'll be partners. We'll team up with each other. I'll cover you. You cover me. We can still have that relationship. And that's what you got at the end of the last story arc. And Tom Taylor knows how to write really good relationships in a comic book. It's just that the story was so decompressed. So maybe we'll get a much more intimate issue with these two, if they're going to be together or not going forward in future comics altogether. We'll see what happens. 32 pages, $4. Coming in at number 4, this series' first issue was so great. Oh my gosh. Midnight Suns issue 2. The Midnight Suns are doomed. The new team of Midnight Suns, which consists of Magic, Wolverine, Blade, Spirit Rider, and Nico Monroe, face their first brutal test when Dr. Doom lays siege to Strange Academy. What is Doom after, and even bigger threats await if they survive. This is a fun book because I loved how it took place during Strange Academy, or in that time period where we get to see one of the students that actually experienced this apocalyptic situation. Our heroes had come together and now they got to work together to prevent this from actually happening. My God, what a great book. I didn't expect it to like it as much as I did. Can't wait for this second issue. 28 pages, $4. Always in the top, number 3, Gunslinger Spawn. Unlucky number 13, very satisfying for the month of October. Javier is on the run from the demons of his past, but a trip through his memories reveals a secret that might just turn the tide in his favor. Last issue, beautiful Brett Booth artwork. He destroys that main bad guy that he was fighting. I totally forgot his name. And he shot him to death, and he's just hanging there from a rope. And all you see was just his body, like no legs, no limbs, no nothing. He's just hanging there. It was so like disturbing in a way, but it shows you how badass Gunslinger actually is. This book is always a visual treat, a masterpiece full of action. Love his personality. This is, for me, the best Spawn that Todd McFarlane has ever come up with. All right, next, coming in at number 2, we have DC's War of the Undead Gods. This is issue 3. The blockbuster final arc in this series continues. Man, the first issue was just like, oh, everything's all great. We've solved all the problem to the antivirus equation or whatever the hell it's called. And then what happens is it comes back, Darkseid's infected by it, and everyone is starting to, get affected by it again. Supergirl is infected. She winds up infecting Warworld. Sinestro winds up getting his head ripped off. I mean, this book is just like jaw-dropping. You're just like, oh my God. It's just like everyone is dying. They thought they solved this problem. Here it is again, and all the gods are infected. My gosh, it's so freaking good. Love the first issue, love the second issue even more. Can't wait to see what the third issue has to offer. On the cover, it shows Supergirl and Superman fighting each other. Let's see if that stays true. Who will win? Who will lose? 32 pages, $4. But coming in at number 1, it's always number 1 because it's solid. Mark Waid's Batman Superman World's Finest, issue 8's Strange Visitor, chapter 2. So in the last issue, we definitely got to see this young boy who comes from a different Earth where it blew up, just like Krypton. Instead, it was Gotham. He comes to Earth and he's trying to gather himself. He just lost his planet. He lost his parents, and he realizes this is his different Earth. So he's like, oh, I want to find my parents here. He comes across his parents. It's an epic fail. It's just like they realize that he died, and it brought back these bad memories, and it was just a shit show, right? And now our heroes are here to help David. Who's going to watch over him? Is it Batman? Is it Superman? And in the last issue, we get introduced in this book to the Teen Titans. So well done. This is just a lighter DC universe within this book. I love it. This is a must-buy every week for me. 32 pages, $4. We're not done. We're moving on to the noteworthy comic books. And the first one we're going to be talking about is from DC Comics. If you're a Flash fan, we got Flash issue 787, as it looks like it has to do with wrestling. Wow, that's pretty cool. Then we move on to the conclusion of the Batman The Knight. This is issue 10 of 10. This series has been going on all year. This is it. And now Chip Zdarsky can focus on the main Batman title. Next, from DC Comics, we have Catwoman issue 48. Don't read the story, but I love those covers. Then if you're a DC versus Vampire fan and you love all the spin-offs, you got All Out War. This is issue 4. That rhymes. Now we'll move on to Marvel Comics. Got a few to highlight here. We have Moon Knight issue 16, as yours truly has never caught up with this series. I always say I am, and I never do. I apologize. Next, we have Predator issue 3, as we have our young Predator here still trying to avenge her parents' death. Issue 2 wasn't as strong as issue 1. Next, whatever's going on in the Avengers, it's coming to an end, right? And we have Avengers issue 61. Looks like we have the Forever Avengers, we got the current Avengers, and we got the prehistoric Avengers all teaming up to do whatever. And then if you love Alien, we have the second issue of Alien getting ready to come out. So now we move on to the independent books. We have a book that I did not read, and I have to try to find a copy. This is The Bone Orchard Mythos, 10,000 Black Feathers, issue 2, done by Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino. I didn't realize it was these guys on this book. I would have bought this right from the start. And then we have Frank Franzetta's Death Dealer. We're on issue number 6. And guys, if you've been reading G.I. Joe, we're in the final story arc of the series that continued from Marvel. This is G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, issue 299. So, yeah, we're almost done with G.I. Joe. Where it goes from here, who knows? But always remember, Yo Joe. So there you guys have it. There are the top 10 comic books that I am anticipating and the noteworthy. Just want to give a quick shout out to the nightlibrary.net guys. They have a brand new Kickstarter. Please go ahead and back it. It's for Red Hunt issue 1. I'll leave it in the description box below for you to click on. It helps support my channel. It helps support them. Help back the indie publishers out there, guys. It's for a great cause. And of course, guys, as always, I'll leave you more content right here to click on. And in fact, that's my top 10 comic book covers of the week where you can vote. And always remember, keep buying, keep collecting, but most importantly, always read those comics. Guys, I'll see you real soon. Thank you so much.